How's it going, Boys and Girls Club? This is Mr. Zane from Lanier Middle School, and I'm coming to you with another one of my geography videos. We're going to be covering the state of Colorado today, also known as the Centennial State, which we'll get into why later. Very first part of this video, I encourage y'all to go to YouTube. You're going to just type into the search bar, learning about Colorado or learning of Colorado for kids, something along those lines. It's going to be a video that I'm going to drop in the description, actually 2 videos, and one of them is 3 minutes long and one of them is maybe 8 minutes long, so depending on how much time you have, it doesn't matter which one you watch. The important thing is that we just kind of see what we know about Colorado, what we don't know, and then we move forward from there. So like I said, those will be dropped right below, and then after you have done that, if you need to pause the video right now, go ahead and do so, and then we will start back after that. So now that we are moving forward to our next section, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that the materials needed for this entire video are very minimal. You're going to need, of course, the phone or computer that you are watching this video for, internet access, potentially a printer or paper, maybe markers or colors. So when we move on to our next section, after you've already watched the YouTube video, we're going to go ahead and get our hands on something. And this, we are going to go to this website that I love to use, not just for states, but for really anything. It's going to be called Learning Game for Kids /US States /Colorado. Once again, link will be down here. Like I said, guys, this website has a plethora of different things that we can dive into. They've got word searches, memory matches, hang mouse, speed rounds, vocabulary lessons, learning about the flag. There's a lot of things that I like to use for the states. There's a lot of really cool stuff.
This is the Learning Games for Kids, US State Games with Colorado at the focal point in this week's lesson. Colorado is home to so much natural beauty. It is also rich in history and culture. The state symbols of Colorado are an important part of both. To make it fun, to learn, kids can play games. To learn, the Colorado columbine is the state flower and the blue spruce is the state tree. The Centennial State has never been more interesting. Have fun learning about the state of Colorado. I'm going to go ahead and try to do this fun with Colorado vocabulary, and let's see what this is all about.
Left, right, and up arrows on your keyboard to help the mouse catch the falling letters and correctly spell each word.
Denver. The capital of Colorado is Denver.
So the capital is Denver. So as y'all can see, this website has a bunch of things to offer us.
It is almost impossible to cover an entire state in a video such as this. I'm just trying to catch the things that catch my eye, as well as things that interest me, pique my curiosity. And so as far as looking up facts for yourself, I highly encourage it. Look up as many facts about Colorado. Please share them, because I'm always trying to learn more about the states. I'm also trying to learn what y'all enjoy learning about the states. Y'all aren't interested when we talk about what their industries are, or what their agriculture is like, or their wildlife. Say, Mr. Zane, I'd like to learn more about their music or their culture or their food or their sports teams, or more about their history. How did they become a state in America and stuff like that? So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to spitball some of these, and hopefully they are things that y'all don't know already, so that we can learn at the same time. So the capital is Denver, like we just learned. The population is about 5.6 million people. The state bird is the lark bunting, and that was discovered, not so much discovered, but more recognized as their state bird back in 1931. Colorado is located in the western and southwestern part of the USA. I had the opportunity to fly out to Colorado back before COVID and all of this quarantining happened. It was very neat. I got to visit Denver. I got to visit Colorado Springs, Boulder, a bunch of very cool places, guys. Unfortunately, it wasn't cold. I'd like to go back one day when it's when the mountaintops are covered in snow and it's under 10 degrees. I'm a huge cold weather person. Can't stand the heat, although I do live in Texas. So the nickname is the Centennial State, or Colorful Colorado. Colorful Colorado, I feel like it's self-explanatory. Colorado is one of the most beautiful states in the United States. The Rocky Mountains, a lot of just these national parks that they have, some of their lakes, just the scenery it can't be put into words, to be honest with you. The Centennial State, that is because it was actually established as a state 100 years after the Declaration of Independence, so 1776 all the way to 1876, when it was discovered, or not discovered necessarily, more enrolled into the Union. So agriculture, manufacturing, mining, tourism is its biggest industries. Like I said, they got my business, being able to fly out there and being able to explore the state of Colorado, look into Denver, and do all these different things. Unfortunately, some of these things were closed when I was there. The wildlife includes bighorn sheep, mountain goats, mountain lions, black bears, prairie dogs, and bison. The state's name comes from the Spanish language and means colored red. Spanish explorers came up with this name after seeing the reddish silt in the Rio Colorado, so on one of the rivers. In 1861, the United States used this name to refer to the entire territory. And so the name cheeseburger was first coined in Denver, Colorado in 1935 by Louis Ballast, owner of the Humpty Dumpty Drive-In. Jolly Ranchers, I know that is a huge treat that everyone within Boys and Girls Club loves. You can find them at our office as well as a lot of our sites. Those were actually discovered, more so created in Colorado. At Colorado's Picket Wire Canyon, you can find one of the world's largest preserved sets of dinosaur tracks. Shout out to Mr. Justin and his Jurassic Park, one of his favorite movies. You can follow the dino prints for more than 1,300 steps across almost a quarter mile. So that is really cool. That's something, if you were in our summer program last year, you had a chance to get to visit the Natural Science Museum, and the dinosaur exhibit was by far one of the coolest things and one of the most entertaining aspects of the museum for myself. On the Rocky Mountains, very famous, 76 million years old, Mount Elbert is its highest peak at about 14,440 feet high. Go to your computer and you're going to print out a map of the United States. Then I'm going to ask you that you're going to color that map. You're going to color where Colorado is located. So the territory of Colorado or the state, you're going to color it in with whatever color you want. From there, you are either going to draw a picture or you're going to print something off the internet and color it, or however you want to do it, y'all. It's open to interpretation. It's however y'all want to, move forward. And you are going to place what reminds you of Colorado. So maybe that's the Rocky Mountains. Maybe that is a cheeseburger or a Jolly Rancher. And you're going to staple it or pin it on the state of Colorado so that it is a visible element and that you can look back on it and say, okay, I learned about this when I was, being taught about New Jersey. I was taught about the boardwalk maybe, or I was taught about this in Nebraska and so forth. Go ahead and take pictures of these. Use the hashtag BGC at home so that we are able to locate them and find out that y'all are, enjoying what we're putting out. I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. Peace.